What's good? This is Trey, and the topic of this video is how to become her exclusive lover. So basically, how to create um, this character in her eyes that she sees as, the best lover. The guy who makes her feel the strongest emotions, the strongest feelings, the guy who, the guy who she thinks about throughout the day, the guy who she can't wait to see, after you leave her, she can't wait to see you again. You know what I mean? How to create that, right? Here, one of the ways to do that, right? Because there's many ways to do it. I read this book called The Art of Seduction. And in that book, you will find different roles, different characters that you can play that are very seductive to women, right? One of the characters is called the ideal lover, right? And I noticed that the way how it describes the ideal lover and the things that it does, you know, I've done some of this stuff, right? Some of it kind of unknowingly. I sort of just did it naturally or whatever. But I noticed the girls who I really did this to, and it really hit, it really hit them, and they really responded to it. They responded to it very strongly, right? And so I just want to talk about it, and I'm sure you, when you hear it, it'll make sense to you why it would work, right? So I'm gonna just read it out exactly what it says, and then I'm gonna interpret it. So it says, the portrait painter, under his eye, all of your physical imperfections disappear. He brings out noble qualities in you. He frames you in a myth, makes you godlike, immortalized you. For his ability to create such fantasies, he is rewarded with great power. Right? So my understanding of that is basically, if you want a girl to really like be into you and really feel you and really see you differently than other guys, you have to see past her flaws. You have to see past her weakness. You have to see past her flesh. You have to go for that connection with her soul. You have to see her as she's imperfect, she has flaws, but you have to see her potential. You have to look at her and say, and in your head you're thinking, wow, like I can make you into a goddess. I can make you way more beautiful than you are right now. Like, you're beautiful, you're cute right now, but I can take you to a whole other level. And you have to really feel that and believe that. And when you look at her, if you really feel that and believe that, she will feel that and believe that and be like, whoa, why is he looking at me like that? But it's gonna turn her on because she wants to reach her potential. She wants to be great. Assuming that she's a positive girl, and she's wanting to evolve in life. Maybe not every girl is like that, but I tend to deal with positive girls, or at least girls that are trying to become positive. Maybe they've been in a negative place, they meet me, they see my positivity, and they want to go into that. So I demonstrate this. I look at her and I see her imperfections, but in my eyes I see her potential. I see her as a goddess. I see her as at her best self. And my mentality is, I want her to grow. I want her to be her best self. I want her, because she's with me, she becomes greater. I don't want her to leave me and she became worse. You feel me? So, brings out noble qualities in you, frames you in a myth. Basically, it's like you take her to a fantasy world. When she's with you, it's like, you talk differently. You're not talking about, boring shit. You're talking about, where you're gonna be in the future. How, you're talking about what you're gonna manifest. What are you gonna attract in your life? Right? You're talking about what you're doing right now. You're talking about evolution. You're talking about success. You talk about, when you're with her, it's all about getting better. It's all about becoming great. It's not about oh shit, how am I gonna pay my bills, or oh man, work was hard today, or it's none of that shit. It's like you take her into a new world where you see her as a queen or a princess, and you see yourself as a king or a prince, and you talk to her from that place, right? And if she doesn't meet the standard, you bring her up. You say, hey, what are you doing? Like, tighten up. You know what I mean? Like, I see you as better than this. I see you as moving forward. I see you as leaving the past in the past, the future. We're moving towards the future now. What did you do today to create your future? Like, you're basically about good vibes, right? You see, she tells you about some negative shit. You tell her, yo, cut that negative shit out of your life. Don't tolerate it. You know what I mean? The only way you can talk to her like that is if you're actually doing it yourself, right? So you got to be practicing what you preach. But you know, if you can relate to a woman in that way, um, she will see you differently than any other guy. Like, you gotta, if you want a girl to see you differently than all these other guys, you don't want her to put her in the same category, you gotta talk to her differently, right? You gotta make her feel good. You gotta make her, you gotta, when she's around you, when she communicates to you, it has to be good feelings, right? A bad feeling comes up, how can you reframe it into some positive, right? That should be your goal. Anytime she throws some negative shit at you, how can you reframe it into positive, right? And if you can do that, you're demonstrating to her that you can be her man, that you can handle her, right? If she throws negative at you and you throw negative back and it gets negative, and you're showing her you can't handle her. But if she throws some negative at you and you can flip it into positive, she'll start looking at you like, wow. You'll see it in her eyes like, whoa, this guy he's great. He's making me better. He's making me feel good. He's making me feel like I can be something. He's making me actually feel like I can really achieve my goals, right? That my past, I can leave my past in my past. It's not going to follow me. I can become something, right? So that is, like I said, like, I found myself doing these things naturally, because I'm doing my thing, and that's the energy I carry, and I try to bring people up with me the best I can. But it was written very well in the book Art of Seduction, which I really recommend. It's by Robert Greene. He wrote a lot of good books, and that was a really good book as far as like understanding how you can carry yourself as a seductive man, as an attractive man, and what traits to develop, and what characteristics you want to develop in yourself. All right, thanks for watching this video. See you in the next one. Peace.